Alright, does anybody know what a cow is? Ruminant. Ruminant, okay. Anything else that you know about a cow? Fun facts, anything about a cow? Yeah.
Cow has 4 compartments.
Of their stomach, okay. A ruminant animal has a polygastric stomach, which means it has more than one chamber. Specifically, a cow has 4. You want to go ahead and put that around here? Today we're going to talk about the digestive system of a cow. Can you see this? Do you know where the digestive system starts in the cow?
No.
Anybody? In the mouth. Okay. Does anybody know what happens in the mouth? They chew it. And also there are enzymes in the saliva that help break down food while they're chewing. So we're starting in the mouth. And the cow is chewing it up. It has a soft palate on the top, and it kind of like grinds it across. Like it has back teeth on the top, and then it has like a full set of teeth on the bottom. And it grinds it across in the mouth. It's like this kind of action with the mouth. From the mouth, the food travels down the esophagus by peristalsis, which is a fancy way of saying swallowing. Once it reaches the stomach, it enters the first chamber of the stomach, which is called the rumen. And in the rumen, there are digestive microbes that secrete enzymes that further break down the food. From the rumen, cows ruminate, which means they chew their cud. So the food can travel back up the esophagus into the mouth by reverse peristalsis or reverse swallowing, where they chew their cud again. And cows can actually chew their cud for 46 hours a day. It's a long time to chew food. The food that doesn't get taken back up into the mouth to chew the cud goes into the second chamber of the stomach, which is called the reticulum. Here, there are stomach contractions going on, and more gastric juices break down the food even further. From the reticulum, which is the second chamber, it moves into the omasum, which is the third chamber. There's gastric juices, pancreatic juices, hydrochloric acid, which is stomach acid, that break down the food, and then it moves into the abomasum, which is the last chamber of the stomach. It's a lot like the omasum, the same juices and stuff sloshing around in there to break down the food. Then it travels into the small intestine. And does anyone know what happens in the small intestine? Can you all hear me? Am I really quiet? Okay, sorry. Does anybody know what happens in the small intestine? No? Okay. Nutrient absorption goes on here. After it's been broken down from chewing, which is scientifically called mastication, be careful how you say that, it moves through the stomach, where it's also digested, and then nutrient absorption takes place in the small intestine. The small intestine has little fingers on the walls called villi. They add to surface area, which creates maximum nutrient absorption potential. The food goes through the little fingers in the small intestine, and the nutrients get absorbed. Then from the small intestine, it goes through the cecum, which in a ruminant animal, it's just a blind loop. It's where the small intestine connects to the large intestine. In a non-ruminant animal like the horse, that's where the digestive microbes are located. So it doesn't really play a huge purpose in a ruminant animal. From the cecum, it moves to the large intestine. And the large intestine has 2 parts. In half the large intestine, more nutrient absorption takes place, and in the second half, water absorption takes place. So, from the large intestine, comes to the end of its journey, and it is excreted from the cow back to the grass, acts as fertilizer, and we have a happy cow.
It's from California.
How much time? Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Like the cow eats off the ground, and sometimes you're gonna have different metal objects on the ground. Is there a certain place in the stomach where this is separated from the grass that the cow eats?
I'm sorry.
cow eats off the ground.
Right.
So when you eat off the ground, there's going to be different foreign objects on the ground, like metal or wire or something like that. If the cow was to eat this, where in the stomach of the foreparts would this take place of the extraction?
If it eats metal, it's not going to digest it. So it's going to come back out.
Well, I know in dairy cows, they give them a magnet that they give them when they're like heifers. And that way, if they do swallow metal, the metal collects on the magnet. It happens when you
I would assume in like they're not going to eat metal.
I figured you would know that.